Before I continue discussing the markets, please take this moment now with helping me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe. Click this bell. Click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Next, click the thumbs up button every time you watch my videos. Okay, let's continue with the view of the markets. In this video, I'm going to discuss stock IPOs. IPO stands for initial public offering. Let me give you a basic definition of it. Initial public offering or stock market launch is a type of public offering in which shares of a company are sold to institutional investors. What are institutional investors? Have you been listening to my past videos? Those are your mutual funds, hedge funds, insurance companies. Institutional investors are people that manage other people's money because some people choose not to manage their own money and pay fees. And usually also retail investors. Retail investors are people that manage their own money like me, maybe you, that don't hire other people to trade your savings, investings, and you do it yourself. Good job out of you. An IPO is underwritten by one or more investment banks who also arrange for their shares to be listed on one or more stock exchanges. In the 90s, early 90s, I had maybe 3 or more underwriters offer me IPOs. And IPO, again, is before the stock goes public. That's before it's listed on the stock exchange. Post is when it's listed already on the stock exchange. One of the underwriters was Morgan Stanley, and I don't recall the other ones were. I did not take those offers. And then I had a direct offer from a broker I had, which traded stocks, because rules and regulations require them to offer account holders first rights on IPOs. That broker company was called Ameritrade. Since then, there were mergers and acquisitions. That company later became what's known as TD Ameritrade. Have you heard of them? And now that TD Ameritrade, through another merger acquisition, has become owned by Charles Schwab. I did not participate in that IPO. To me, I saw better ROIs, return on investments, with other investments. Yeah. And I think that IPO was offered to me under $24. It might have been $16, $14, $24, something like that per share. Yep. So now we're looking at 2 grids. Each grid has candles. Each candle represents 1 week, and the duration is 1 year. So on the right, we're looking at the SPX, Sierra Papa X-ray. When I say the symbols, I'm going to say them phonetically. Sierra Papa X-ray is the S&P 500 cash index. Here's the 1 year trading period. On the left is the 1 year trading period, each candle a week. And if it's not showing the whole year, it's because it doesn't have that much history in it. Got it? So a person that watched one of my YouTubes asked me a question, what I thought of, or any thoughts on the Weedmaps IPO. Well, a little update on Weedmaps. Weedmaps. In the past, when that company got bought, merged, acquired by another company called General Cannabis, that stock symbol is Charlie Alpha November. That made it become IPO. Yeah. So that company, Weedmaps, is owned by a bigger company called General Cannabis. And General Cannabis stock symbol is Charlie Alpha November. And that was my cannabis video, if you want to watch that. Yep. I'll even show you that here. Here it is on the right, the 1 year. Let's look at the history of it. How long it's been trading. Let's go to max. So last it traded at $1.20 all the way down here. And there's the high, 64.64. Not doing so well. So everybody that bought it all the way up here, all these other years, past year hit an all-time low. Not a good investment. For a long-term investment, no. Let's go back to the other ones. Put back on 1 year, so they're both the same. So there we go. Each candle is 1 week and duration 1 year. So looking at the IPOs from last year, some of the big ones. Alpha India. Here's when the IPO went. That was the high. Since then it's lower. So if you bought an IPO or at the high, yeah, It's not in the best place. First, if you bought the S&P 500, it's outperforming all-time highs. Here's another one, Alpha Bravo November Bravo, Airbnb. IPO. Last month was the, last week was the all-time high, and now it's inside candle. Had a lot of whipsaw, S&P 500 is still outperforming it. Why? Because the current candle hit an all-time high on the S&P 500 versus not the Airbnb. So this is outperforming it. Dash, Delta, Alpha, Sierra, Hotel, same thing like Airbnb. IPO, it went down hard. Inside candle, indecision. If you know how I trade off those, if we have a break out of one side or break down, I often look for triggers to trade on. So if I would have gone long, when this price got passed on that new candle, boom, kaboom, nice return. And again, my money management would have been out of the trade with a gain already, profit. Romeo, Kilo, Tango. Here's the IPO on that week. Shot up like a rocket ship and filled to maintain there. Yeah, it's almost near the low, not a good investment. Uniform, Papa, Sierra, Tango. Similar to the other ones, inside candle, indecision. But the momentum has been to the upside. Whiskey, India, Sierra, Hotel. Yeah, not the best trending. Sees a lot of consolidation. Sierra, November, Oscar, Whiskey, Snow. Huge sell-off for the past several weeks. So you can see already a lot of them are not at their all-time highs anymore. The S&P 500 made an all-time high this week and trending high. So you could have been better off buying one share of the S&P 500, the stock symbol Sierra Papa Yankee, because that's the stock ETF. SPX, you can't buy shares on. You can trade options on the SPX. But if you want to buy shares on the SPX, you have to buy them on the stock ETF, which is symbol Sierra Papa Yankee. Let's look at the X next. Romeo Papa Romeo X-ray. No, it's not at its highs. Here's the high of the IPO week, and we're still below it. What a bad return, all that money. So long duration. This would have been better. Lima, Mike, November, Delta. What a nice big run up. Victor, Romeo, Mike. Yeah, short-term run up and all the way new lows below the IPO. Not a good investment. Whiskey, Mike, Goff. It's above its IPO and new high for the week. That's good. Zulu, India. It's below the high of the IPO. It's below the high, but it's still above the IPO price. An acceleration, not doing so well. It's an acceleration. November, Kilo, Lima, Alpha. There is the IPO. That was the high and way below, much closer to the low. It is one that I've been watching for trade opportunities, not investing, but for trade opportunities. Uniform, Charlie, Lima. Here's the IPO week, huge run up. And when that first week closed at the low, yeah, bamboozled everybody, took the most amount of money, got the most amount of people trapped, and now it's below the IPO offer. Not a good investment. Foxtrot, Oscar, Uniform, Romeo. Here's the IPO on that week. And look at that. Nice trend, strong to the upside. It's in a consolidation, a lot of red candles. Might be smart money doing distribution. What does that mean? Check my past videos. Yep. Zulu, Mike. Zoom. Let's open this up for the history. For the 3 years. Let's go to monthly. Gone. It wasn't from last year. It's a longer duration, just to show you perspective. Put it on a weekly. That was the IPO back then. It did a big pullback, went to acceleration and broke out. If you know, I like trading breakouts from consolidations when I see a trade set up. Nice run up. Okay, let's go put it back. But again, this is not an IPO from last year. I was just comparing to show you. Look at that steep pullback. Whiskey, Oscar, Romeo, Kilo. It's above the IPO time, hitting all-time highs. Now it's an acceleration, minor pullback. Mike, Romeo, November, Alpha. Way above. The IPO was down here. But look at that steep pullback, not good. First, the momentum to the upside, the S&P 500 is outperforming this one. Alpha, Zulu, Echo, Kilo, all-time high this week. Interesting. Did a deep retracement, all-time high. Momentum's to the upside. Tango, Romeo, Echo, X-Ray. Wow, beautiful. All-time high. Huge run-up. Real close to $100. IPO was there, steep pullback, and then took off like a rocket ship, continue going higher. Good job out of them. Charlie, Victor, November, Alpha, also. IPO there, steep pullback, and it ran up. Yeah, look at that price. One share. Papa, Charlie, Victor, X-Ray, not good. Here's the IPO, ran up, pullback, consolidation, steep pullback, continuous momentum down, bearish, not a good investment. Romeo, November, Alpha, a lot of consolidation, chop, not good. All the way back near the IPO price, not good. Golf, Bravo, India, Oscar. Wow, IPO did a pullback into consolidation, breakout, consolidation, pullback, reverse, inside candle. Look at that, nice trigger. Tweezer bottom, gun shot up. And then failed to maintain that momentum to the upside. Since then, it's gone back lower. Not a good investment. Maybe good for trading, short term, but not for the long term so far. Lima, Tango, Romeo, November. Yeah, not good. A lot of chop. A lot of sell-offs too. Not good. Hotel, Echo, Charlie, Charlie, Uniform. Wow, huge consolidation pattern. Fake out, got a bunch of people trapped down there and then took off like a rocket ship. And also this week, all-time new high. So here's two that have a relationship to that company you asked me about, Weed Maps. These are penny stocks. They did IPOs. There's the IPO. Since then, it went lower. Not good. Did a reverse consolidation. Huge run up. Just shy of the all-time high. It's a penny stock. It trades on the OTC, one of the worst exchanges. Yeah. The other one that's related to Weed Map. Mike, Charlie, Oscar, Alpha. That was the IPO back then. Huge sell-off. And then a lot of whipsaw in here. Consolidation. Not good investments, these IPOs here. So you saw majority of them are not at all-time highs. Majority of them are trending down below their highs. Better investment would have been the S&P 500. If you were buy and hold at the time that these went IPOs, each of these individual ones, instead you bought one share of this SPY back 1 year ago, you would have taken a big hit, but the recovery was very well. So if you bought one share of each of these and one shares of these on average, your better return would have been on this one. Plus, if you bought the IPO on the calendar day when this occurred, each of these, they were way after this big sell-off. So you still would have had, let's look at the biggest change for the last week. Here we go. Oh, the next one. Lemonade. Yep. This went public July. So we bought this in July and this in July. Outstanding. There you go. Hit the like button below, please, and subscribe and follow and share with friends. I appreciate it. If you like this market information I've shared and want to learn more with greater detail, step-by-step training, I have a Patreon page. I share trade ideas for earning monthly income. Below in the description box, click Show More. Scroll down. This link here, click on it. Take you here to my Patreon page. Select the membership and join. Then you have access to unlock my posts.